Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, living the same day on repeat? David's life was a blur of routine. Alarm, commute, work, TV, sleep, safe, but empty. He scrolled through images of adventure, feeling the gap between his dreams and reality widen. He wasn't unhappy, just quietly resigned, convinced this was all life had to offer. But deep down, he longed for meaning, not yet realizing he held the key to change. One Saturday, David wandered into an old park, seeking escape from his routine. The park, with its overgrown paths and ancient trees, seemed like a place forgotten by time, offering a sanctuary from the hustle and bustle of daily life. On a quiet bench, he met Arthur, a retired teacher sketching by the pond. Arthur's sketches captured the serene beauty of the park, each stroke telling a story of tranquility and reflection. Arthur sensed David's restlessness and listened as David shared his sense of being stuck. The conversation flowed easily, as if they had known each other for years, not just minutes. Arthur said, "You see your life as a finished statue, but it's really a garden. You must choose what to plant." His words were simple, yet profound, resonating deeply with David. The words struck David. Change wasn't a dramatic event, but a process of daily cultivation. It was about nurturing the right habits and letting go of the old ones that no longer served him. "We are the architects of our habits," Arthur continued. "If you want a different life, start with small, intentional changes." His advice was practical, yet it carried the weight of wisdom gained through years of experience. David left the park with a new perspective. Transformation begins with the habits we choose. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, ready to take on the world with a fresh mindset. The path forward was not about waiting, but about planting new seeds, one day at a time. Each small step was a part of a larger journey towards a more fulfilling life. Inspired by a longing for change, David decided to reclaim his mornings, waking up earlier to read, reflect, and set the tone for his day. He found that the quiet of dawn offered a rare chance to connect with his thoughts before the world stirred. He swapped mindless scrolling for books that sparked his imagination and ambition, discovering new ideas and perspectives that fueled his motivation. The stories he read became seeds for his own dreams. Next, he added a daily walk during lunch, breaking the monotony and refreshing his mind. The simple act of moving outdoors helped him clear his head and return to work with renewed energy. He started writing down his goals, turning vague dreams into actionable steps. Each entry in his journal made his aspirations feel more tangible and within reach. "A goal not written down is just a wish," he remembered, and this simple truth pushed him to clarify what he truly wanted. Saving a little each month, researching new skills, and tracking his progress, David began to see small but steady improvements in his life. Planning small adventures became his new routine. Weekend trips, trying new hobbies, and stepping outside his comfort zone brought excitement and growth. Each habit was a brick in the foundation of a life he was actively designing, a structure built with intention and care. David realized real change was built one small, consistent action at a time, and with every step, he was shaping a future he could be proud of. The first weeks were tough. Tempted to skip reading or walks, David often found himself wrestling with old habits and the urge to give up. Mornings felt heavy and motivation was fleeting, but he reminded himself that change was a process, not a single leap. David focused on consistency, not perfection. He learned to celebrate showing up, even on days when progress felt invisible. Each small action was a promise to himself. Small wins built momentum. Morning reading sparked new ideas, walks boosted his energy, and journaling helped him track his growth. These routines became anchors in his day. Saving money gave him control, a sense of stability he hadn't felt in years. Each dollar set aside was a step toward a future he could shape. His confidence grew. He contributed more at work and reconnected with friends. Social moments, once draining, now felt rewarding and full of possibility. He joined a hiking club, stepping outside his comfort zone and meeting new people who shared his interests. Turning solitary habits into shared adventures, he discovered the joy of community and the strength that comes from supporting others. Each new habit was a vote for the person he wanted to become, a daily affirmation that he was capable of change and growth. David's world expanded as he laid each brick, exploring new interests and embracing opportunities he once ignored. He was transforming both his inner and outer life, finding peace in his space and pride in his progress. He was no longer just surviving, he was building a life with purpose, intention, and hope for what lay ahead. The structure of his new self was taking shape, piece by piece, as he learned to trust the process and believe in his own potential. One day at a time, David was laying the foundation for a life he truly wanted. 2 years later, David's life was unrecognizable. Vibrant, purposeful, and adventurous. His side business selling handcrafted goods thrived, allowing him to leave his old job. He traveled, explored, and filled his journal with memories, no longer just dreaming, but living. The power of small, consistent change had transformed him from a passive observer to an active creator. He still met Arthur, now as a friend, sharing stories of growth. David's journey proves you don't need a radical leap, just one small, intentional step. What seed will you plant today? The blueprint for a new life starts with a single brick.